Right, there we go. Okay. So I'm now recording. Paul is here. I'm obviously here because I'm the one recording it. But yeah, sorry, Paul. I wasn't trying to be rude then, but no. Yeah, if you could send us the link to the interview, then I'll have a look.
Yeah, I will. It was actually done in audio as well, which I like about it.
Oh, okay.
Because, did you listen to Total Sport yesterday?
As we know, I never actually got the chance. Well, as you know, I never got the chance to because I'll explain why in a minute. But I never got a chance to listen to it now.
Well, actually, the person I interviewed, let's say our new owner. Yeah, that's right. We've actually got a new owner.
That's why we're doing this video.
Actually spoke to Simon Pride and Nick Bonds yesterday, and actually just after Total Sport went off air, the one from the BBC actually spoke to Stuart Donald himself in person, because I didn't know, but he does actually commentary as well on the local radio. So Richard and Phil did a Facebook Live on this yesterday, and they said, which I think you'll laugh at this, Craig, they actually said, Nick and Benno, watch out, because I think Stuart Donald is taking over your job. I think he's going to axe you.
Oh dear. Right, so yeah, basically this video was meant to be, it's Tuesday today, just so you guys know that are watching. Actually, before I explain that, there's one thing I want to do, because as we know, Chris Coleman been released from his contract, so we're gonna get a good use here of the like and dislike buttons. If you think it was a good idea, give it a thumbs up. If you think it was a bad idea and we should have kept Coleman, give the video a thumbs down. Give me a good way to gauge things. But yeah, yesterday it was meant to be done. This video was meant to be done yesterday. I was stuck for nearly, how long was it? I think it was about 5.5 hours. I was building a bookshelf, and then I had to, where the backboard is, I had to basically cut a little hole out so I could feed cables through, because we put the skybox and everything on it. Didn't have a hacksaw. Crap. Had to wait for my dad to come round. That's when you messaged me, Paul, about yeah, because I was waiting for my dad to come round with a hacksaw, thinking I could still have time to do the video. Next thing you know, it's 3 o'clock. My dad's just turned up. Oh, for Christ's sake. So I get that thing done, then I've got to strip all the wires off, out the skybox, out the internet box, get it all on the shelf, wire it through, and then that got to 5:30, and it made it even worse, the fact that I had to go down to Chippy to get the kids' tea and all. I had literally no time to myself yesterday, none whatsoever. So that's why the video wasn't out yesterday. And yeah, I kind of felt a bit crappy, because I kind of, Paul had his computer turned on and everything ready, and yeah, I cancelled at the last minute.
Don't worry, mate. Don't worry.
But we're here now, and oh, but by the way, guys, yeah, I got a new e-cig. It's decent, actually, pretty decent. Yeah, so I'll be puffing on that through the video. Don't worry. But yeah, so it was actually Paul, surprisingly, that told me on Sunday. It was Sunday, wasn't it, Paul?
Yeah, actually, well, Sunday.
Lunchtime, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, I would say about 12 o'clock or something.
It was about that, yeah. I haven't got my phone, because my phone's on charge, so I've got to go to work soon, so make sure that's topped up. But yeah, it was about lunchtime-ish, because I know I was just getting ready to go over to me dad's for dinner. Because I didn't have a clue. I hadn't even checked BBC News yet either for anything, which is kind of weird, because I normally do that first thing in the morning to see what's happening in the world, you know. And
yeah,
Coleman sacked. Literally, the first thing I thought, Paul, I've got to be honest, right? The first words that came to my mind: "Fuck off, Paul. You have me life." They were the first words that came. I'm not lying, because I thought it just seemed so sudden and so random, and then I scrolled back up to another message you sent just before that. Club's been sold. Has it? And I honestly thought he was winding me up. So I had to go off Twitter and go onto the SAFC page. And then, oh, okay.
because you know what got me, actually? They revealed it on Facebook before the actual website. about Coleman. Because to be honest, actually, I've got to thank Coleman and Kid Simmons, for everything they've done for this club.
Exactly. You know what? The reason why, I mean, again, going back to the thumbs up, thumbs down thing, guys, whether you think it was a good idea or a bad idea. Personally, I think it was a bad idea. You look at it, you can only do so much with crap. Literally, and when literally you have to try and rely on bringing in loan players without paying fees. I mean, even if Ellis Shore, and we'll touch on this in a bit as well, even with Ellis Shore as well, the fact that he's cleared the debt of the club, but he wouldn't even give him a couple of million, even just to add on for loan fees to maybe get a couple of better players.
It's true, like.
It baffles me, but obviously the whole Ellis Short thing, the fact he's cleared the club debts, I mean, I've got to say, he's got a newfound respect from me. I can give him credit for that, and I'm sure Paul can say that as well.
Definitely. Well, I've met Short, so...
Yeah.
I'm just reading what the friends just sent me then.
Yeah.
Because I asked him what Mickey Gray actually said. On TalkSport. Apparently from Mickey Gray said this morning, I think about 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
A friend of mine just said that Mickey Gray said we are going to go into administration if we don't go up first time, which I don't think we will.
Well, not if the debt's being cleared, we won't. That makes no sense.
Me mate Paul just said, how's that going to happen? I hate him. Me like saying this deal might not go through. I want him sacked. Now the first thing is, Stuart Donald said that he actually thinks that this deal will go through. Fair enough, he wasn't allowed to say much in his interview, a separate interview anyway he did with the BBC.
Yeah, well, he can't yet because nothing's actually 100% nailed on yet, is it? So that would make sense. Once it's all done and dusted, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I don't see any reason why it wouldn't, gets approved by the EFL, then... I mean, look at it. He's got a background where he has money to invest into the club. He's got... I've seen rumours, I know you can't go off rumours. I've seen rumours like apparently Russian billionaires, which make no sense to me whatsoever.
I know.
Because I'm sorry, if you're a Russian billionaire, an oil tycoon nonetheless, I might add, with a net worth of 7.9 billion pounds, you're going to go and buy the club yourself and then get someone to run it. It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. But if he has got the money there, then I don't see any reason why. Providing he's got, providing they can see the stable funds there that are going to go into the club. No debts, so that really wouldn't be an issue with the EFL if the debt's going to get wiped out. So I can't see any reason why, to be honest, it wouldn't go through.
You know what got me with it, though, Craig? An AC supporter said that Stuart Donald actually travels with the away supporters to the actual away games.
The question is, though, with Sunderland being a bigger club, would he be able to find the time to do that?
But the thing is, fair enough, we've got fans groups. He's actually willing, as an owner, not as what Martin Bain is at the moment.
Yeah.
But Stuart Donald is actually willing to speak to fans groups himself.
There you go. You didn't really get that with Ellis Short, did you?
Nope.
But one thing that does.
Plus, Stuart Donald is actually English. He lives in the country.
Yeah, that makes a change. So he's not going to go swanning off to America. I've lost completely what I was going to say as well. And, yes, there's only one more issue to resolve. It's pretty much bang on that the deal's going to go through. The only issue to resolve is Martin Bain.
To be honest, I think, as you know, Robbie Stockdale is with the team at the moment, especially for the last game as well, Sunday against Wolves. But I think Martin Bain will be here until that deal has gone through.
Well, then hopefully he goes.
I think he will.
But,
because Stuart Donald will want to bring his own people in. It's like, fair enough. At first, I was like, why are we getting rid of Coleman? But I can probably see why. You know, to be honest, I even said to a friend of mine, I even think Stuart Donald has got somebody lined up, not told the club yet.
Yeah.
But I think he has.
Well, I mean, it's got. Sorry, it's going to be interesting to see if he has got someone lined up, who it would be. Because obviously, I think it was yourself, Paul, that actually said apparently Mick McCarthy was in the Northeast yesterday.
Yeah, he was actually. He was actually spotted in the Northeast.
Yeah, which makes it rather interesting, to be honest. You know, I've got to say though, so I've got to try keep an eye on the time. Bear with me. There we go. Okay. The one thing I do worry about is credit to the new potential owner. You know, he invested £10 million in Eastleigh. Now, for a non-league team, that is a hell of a lot of money. Yeah, I know we could sit here and say with the likes of Premier League teams, £10 million, that's nothing. That won't even buy you a player these days in the Premier League. You know. But for that amount of money, that's pretty decent. So while he does have a structure there, the thing that does worry me is, has he really got the funds? Yes, we know he's a millionaire. Apparently, again, loosely I've read this, net worth of around 100 million. But if he has got big investors backing him as well, I don't know. It depends what these investors are, doesn't it? Because £100 million, that's not really. That could easily run a League One club, potentially even run a Championship club, but a Premier League club, if we were to get back in the Premier League, I don't think it would go down too well.
Well, I'd say where you're coming from with that, but it's just speculation at the moment, really. But
it's all hearsay. I mean, obviously, has the paperwork gone to the EFL yet?
To be honest, I would think so, because especially for the club to announce that Short has sold the club, so
yeah, so we can actually assume, because obviously that's the other thing I've been a bit sketchy on as to whether he maybe pulls the plug on the deals, but obviously that does actually make sense. Because makes sense now.
What got me though, Short actually said there was big offers that came in for Sunderland, but he turned them down
because of the lack of experience.
But I'm like, why would you turn down a big offer? I know because of the experience, but
well, it's true.
I would have
seen
what they've actually done in the past.
You have to look at it this way as well. Does it mean that Ellis Short was actually true to his word, that he is actually a fan of the club and he wanted to make sure it was genuinely in the safest hands possible?
Yeah, well, I don't know, but I think he's actually met these people.
Yeah, or maybe had a conversation with them over the phone or what have you. Hey, maybe even use Skype, what we're doing now, who knows? It's possible, Skype's a powerful thing for all over the world, it really is.
I think he's actually met these, to be honest. Why was he in London?
That is true. That is actually true, yes. Ellis Short, last week or 2 weeks ago.
Stuart Donald is actually from Oxford.
And even I can tell you now, guys, because I'm from down south, so even I can tell you, it doesn't take long to get to London city centre from Oxford. Doesn't take long at all.
You know what got me, Lord? Which I was surprised. Nick Bond said that the club actually didn't know a thing about it. Coleman didn't know, neither did Martin Bain, so Ellis Short actually did it by himself.
Well, that goes to show.
He just kept his word to himself.
That does prove a fan's point then. Martin Bain actively looking for buyers at the club. Was he really, or was he just there to collect a pay packet? If Ellis Short's gone and done that, the hell was that? If Ellis Short's gone and done that himself, sorry guys, I'm looking out the window. It does actually raise eyebrows, doesn't it, about the way what fans have said about when he was at Rangers, wasn't it? Martin Bain. Yeah, certainly.
Yeah,
Rangers,
it was. It
yeah.
was Rangers.
When Sunderland fans have questioned what he did at Rangers, it just goes to show he is useless then. He has to go. That answers my question earlier then. He has to go.
Well, yeah, what got me actually, I'm surprised actually, it actually got leaked out. When we got relegated, I forgot, Graham Anderson I think it was, he went on to the Wise Men Say podcast. He actually revealed that Martin Bain, well, before I got Chris Coleman, actually, Martin Bain wanted Walter Smith and trying to think of the other manager that wanted to come. Yes, them two together.
Oh, for God's sake. So what, basically, more money going down the proverbial shitter, basically, because you've got two people that are going to want huge pay packets, that's for sure. Don't get me wrong, I'd have taken Walter Smith. I think he's a decent manager, I really do.
Well, look, we did. Look what Walter Smith did at Everton. He was there.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was there before Moyes. I'm sure.
Yes. Yeah, because when Moyes left, they got Roberto Martinez, didn't they, Everton?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So yeah, it would have been beforehand. Yeah, pretty sure it was Everton. But yeah, it's I mean, all the hearsay and the speculation. It does have to be taken with a pinch of salt. All we can hope is that maybe we'll get a definitive answer by the end of the week that everything's gone through. I mean, EFL checks the whole works, and then the club can be open and honest about it. You know.
Well, to be honest, well, actually, Simon Pride said yesterday. Well, I don't know if it was true, right? But Simon Pride said once everything's been agreed, he is going to try and grab Stuart Donald onto the radio itself on Radio Newcastle.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll get a better gauge, because then maybe fans will be out asking questions as well.
Yeah, because well, apparently he likes to attract. Well, he likes speaking to the supporters.
Yeah, see, and that's what you want. Okay, yeah, Ellis Short, you've got to give him credit. You can't deny that he wasn't a supporter of the club, even though he wasn't putting money into it anymore. Clearing the debt, you can't deny that. And now we've gone and got. Okay, he might not be a Sunderland fan, but he could still be a supporter of the club, that's football, you know, which would be a great thing. An owner that actually gives a stuff, or
yeah, because
you know.
of course the rumours are going to start flying around again about what managers to come in.
Oh yeah.
But Kevin Phillips has been linked with a job again.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I don't think I'd. I mean, with all due respect, I don't think I'd have Kevin Phillips. I wouldn't want to put him in that position, because you're going to need someone who's got experience. Because we do need to rebuild. The proof is there. We're in League One, back-to-back relegations. I think somebody tagged me on Twitter. I don't know whether it's true, but the last time that happened was to Swindon Town in 1946. I don't know whether that's true, because personally I think, didn't it happen to Portsmouth? I'm certain it happened to Portsmouth. Don't quote me on that, okay? Anybody knows, put it in the comment section, there we go. I'm pretty sure it happened to Portsmouth, I might be wrong though. But yeah, so we've got it all, haven't we? We've got the fact we're waiting for all this deal to go through, to be approved. New manager as well. Still genuinely gutted about
New
that.
players.
New players. Got to get players off the books. But I mean, if this does go through debt free, look at the players. I think I mentioned to Paul, the players we're going to sell. That money, there's nothing to wipe off. There's no debts to pay. There's no interest on bank loans. That money can go straight into a transfer pot. I mean, you've got the likes of Barini, Kazri, Kone. Yeah, we'll probably have to let them go on the cheap, but those 3 players, minimum, you've got £10 million in total there, easily.
Oviedo's even came out this morning and said he actually wants to leave Sunderland
There you go. I mean,
in League One.
Yeah. Then again, I can't really see him get the Premier League team. I can maybe see him get the Championship team, but that's about it. But you know, that's fair enough. I know Oviedo hasn't had the best season, but put it this way, there's been a lot more crap on that pitch than Brian Oviedo. I think we can all agree with that. We know that, again, the likes of Aidan McGeady are going to leave. We know Fletcher's going to leave, thankfully, because he's only on loan. Honestly,
I'm pleased about that.
Oh, I know. We should put a clause in there once we get relegated. You know, if we get relegated, can we axe it? Can we axe it? You know, save some pennies and get rid of him. Or better than that, could the fans not rally together and actually pay him not to play? Then again, I suppose that's a form of bribery, isn't it? Really, match fixing technically. Yeah, it's technically match fixing, isn't it?
I'm just looking at the list, really, just to see who's on.
Yeah.
You have to actually come in, because
I know we've got Ajaria. He'll go back. Then again, we could we not maybe loan Ajaria again? I think he could be a good player for League One.
I think it'd be. Oh wow! I've just seen the list of managers that's been linked with us.
Oh,
God, there's loads. There's loads.
Come on then, Paul. Let's read a few of them out. Just a
Mick
few
McCarthy. Mick McCarthy at the moment is 8-13.
So that's pretty almost bang on. Yeah.
Paul Cook is 7-2.
Okay.
Chris Wilder 4-1.
Yeah.
Kevin Phillips is 5-1. What's that? Gary Bowyer. I'm sure he's at Blackpool. He's 11-1.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Appleton, 12-1.
As I like to call him, the Beast. Have you seen the guy? It's like a freak of nature.
Japan Stam, ex-Reading manager,
Yep, Stan.
18-1.
Ex-
Roy
ex-Man
Keane
United,
is actually on that list. 18-1 for Roy Keane.
I don't think.
John O'Shea. Why is John O'Shea linked again? O'Shea's 20-1. Mark Warburton, 20-1.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Hurst. I'm sure we were looking at him when before actually, but he's 20-1. Ali McCoist. No thanks.
Weren't we looking at Hurst, weren't we looking at Hurst before we signed Grayson?
Yeah, I'm sure we were.
Yeah, I'm certain we were linked then. Yeah. Oh, there you go. The list is endless, guys. Honestly, I wouldn't waste your money.
Believe it or not, Nigel Pearson is back on that list. You've got Brian McDermott, Craig Shakespeare.
See, I'd take Nigel Pearson.
Dean Smith. Derek McInnes is back on that list.
Derek McInnes. That will not happen. I can't see that happening.
Glenn Huddle. To be honest, I think some of these people that's on this list has got links with Stuart Donald.
Right, guys, I'm going to categorically say this now. If Glenn Hoddle gets given the Sunderland manager job, I am going to support Newcastle. I hate Glenn Hoddle. He's useless as a manager. Wasn't, quite frankly, that good as a footballer. I'm not saying he was the worst. Don't get me wrong. He was okay. He had good days, a lot of bad days. No, absolutely not to Glenn Hoddle. Oh, by the way, if anyone at SAFC is watching this, where the hell are my tickets? I ordered them on Friday and they're still not here. Honestly, I ordered the tickets for the Wolves game, mate. No word of a lie. And they're delivered by the Monday. Nothing. I get the post today. All I get is a bloody council tax bill.
I can't believe, but Gus Poyet is back on that list. He not come back.
No, he won't. Well, I don't know. New owner. You know, actually, you're thinking about it, saying that new owner. Who knows?
Lee Clark's back on. Lee Clark's on the list. He was actually with us. Actually, I'm sure he was our caretaker manager when Bruce got sacked.
Is Alex Ferguson on that list?
Frank Lampard is.
Oh, for fuck. Oh God.
McLaren's on that list. No thanks.
Who?
Wally with a brolly.
Oh. I tell you what, if he gets appointed, then I will. I literally, I will become a Newcastle fan for the entire of next season. That is a promise. You've heard it here. I'll still support Sunderland. I won't go to Newcastle games, okay? But I'll still support Sunderland as well.
Believe it or not, though, one of the managers that you mentioned yesterday, Rosseler, he's actually on that list.
Yeah, what's his odds?
33 to 1.
So his odds have gone down, because I think when you first told me it was like 3 to 1. So that's probably going to be...
Well, from where I'm looking at, it looks like either... Well, you don't know how true, but it looks like Mick McCarthy, Paul Cook, Chris Wilder. I think he'd be interesting, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean...
Kevin Phillips, I don't think would come back.
No, I don't think... I think, to be honest, if I was Kevin Phillips as well, and not just for the sake of where the club is, I would personally steer clear as well, because you don't want... You're a club legend, and you don't want that burden of responsibility. I mean, look what happened with Alan Shearer. Yeah, I'll take the Newcastle job. Gets them relegated. Yeah, that legendary status, while it's still there, it's still technically got a tarnish on it, you know? And you don't want that. You certainly don't want that.
Trying to think who else is there. Nigel Clough. Nigel Clough is actually on that list.
Let me guess, 45 to 1.
33 to 1.
Oh, okay, that's pretty decent.
Peter Reid's there as well.
I'd take Peter.
I don't think Peter Reid would he come though?
Again, one of those things. Potential new...
I was going to say anybody on that list would get it, but it's all down to Stuart Donald, really.
It is, and I suppose that's the thing we've got to bear in mind, but we know that he's clearly got the best interests at heart, which is good, you know. And obviously, thanks to Ellis Shaw, it doesn't matter. Literally, when the accounts are going to get published, whenever they get published, it's meant to be last week apparently, but yeah. When the accounts get published, you know, there's going to be a lot of people say, why is it still saying debt? Why is it still saying debt? Obviously, the deal hasn't gone through yet. But it's going to be so weird to see the fact that, oh yeah, Sunderland, they've got 150 million pound debt, and then the next accounts you look at are going to say crystal clear. It's going to be so strange to see because it's all been cleared off. But
ooh, I know this is not Sunderland, but BBC Sports just put up Andy Carroll has been sent home. He's had a row with David Moyes, apparently.
Okay.
Argument with David Moyes.
Oh, I'll have to have a good look at that for a dash to work. Yeah, that's interesting. Although, to be honest, I've got a funny feeling. I don't think West Ham players are actually playing for Moyes. Did you see the West Ham Man City game at all at the weekend?
No.
Put it this way, our current Sunderland team would have peed all over West Ham. They were that bad. Honest to God, players running in circles. Javier Hernandez, he got dispossessed by, I believe it was Fernandinho, I think it might have been. And you know what Hernandez is like? He's got, Christ, you can tell, he's like the Mexican whippy. He's got pace in him. No, he let him run off with the ball, and he was just gingerly walking along. I've honest to God, I mean, we've seen it before where players don't play for the manager. I mean, look at when we beat Everton 3-0. No, seriously, at the Stadium of Light, they weren't playing for Martinez, but they were still playing. They were putting some effort in at least. But this was shocking. I mean, if there could have been an investigation to match fixing, it would have been that game. Put it that way. That's how bad it was. And Man City, they didn't even have to get out of neutral. They really didn't. So that goes to show how bad West Ham truly were.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, so well, Paul. Obviously, we're going to move the video on because I think we've twaddled on enough about new owners and managers. So as you know, guys, well, now you know. Go to the game on Sunday. Take the son with us, not the daughter this time. And to be honest, I think this is probably the final shot with taking Tyler to see whether I get him interested in football. If not, I might have to leave it a couple of years till he gets a bit older. My daughter, on the other hand, she loved it. Sat there watching it. She was fantastic. Although she was cheering on Sheffield Wednesday.
Wrong team.
No, literally her exact words. Yeah, we're supporting the red and white. No, I want blue to win. She is only 4, so we've got to give her the benefit of the doubt. But I think if anyone's going to get the hang of it, she'll get the hang of it like that. Because I tell you what, she is one brainy kid. She really is a 4-year-old. She is not stupid. So yeah, going on Sunday. Personally, I'm not expecting absolutely anything. I'm going just for the match day experience, really. Not really the match itself, like I've said to Paul last week. But
I think it's going to be interesting, mate, to see how our players actually play under Stockdale.
I was just about to get on that. He stole the words from my mouth. This guy's a genius as well. He knows what I'm thinking. But it's also going to be interesting to see how the Wolves players play as well. Bear in mind, they've just been given the championship trophy. Would they mentally see that as job done? Part of me would like to think so. Don't go wrong, I'm not holding hope out for any Sunderland win whatsoever. But I would like to end it at least with a draw. I think that it could be possible. If not, then I'm saying 5-0 to Wolves any day.
I don't think it'll be a draw.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put that straight out. Our home form.
But
it's not been good.
I know. Again, but there's so many factors, there's so many twists and turns we can have with this debate, and obviously, I'm sure Paul's seen it. 16,000 season tickets renewed.
I'm happy with that.
Now that this new owner situation is potentially going to be resolved, more than likely be resolved, you could easily put a year's worth of wages on it that at least 20,000 season tickets will be renewed, at least.
Well, to be honest, you talk about that. I think this might make you laugh. Actually, somebody called it Total Sport yesterday, which I started laughing. Actually, they said to Nick Barnes, since we've got new owner and Martin, well, I think Martin Bain's gone. The caller said to Nick Barnes, "Do you think the club will open the top tier now of the stadium?"
No, I don't know, because that plan's already been set in motion, hasn't it?
Yes, but you don't. There's always twists and turns in our club, Greg. You should know that by now.
That's true. We're more unpredictable than Kim Jong-un. Yes, I've got a North Korean leader quote in there. I could go on, actually. We're more unpredictable than the Red Bull F1 racing team. That was quite a low blow. Basically, both teammates, one of them rear-ended the other, and they both crashed out the race on Sunday. It was hilarious to see, to be frank. I don't know. Would they open the top tier again, or would they necessarily maybe just open half of it? Because are they going to move the away fans, by the way, or are they still keeping them up there?
I think they're still keeping them up there.
See, so they're not fully closing it. Maybe they just keep the corner section open. add to the atmosphere. Who knows? Who knows? I'm sure.
See what Stuart Donald does.
Yeah, once all this paperwork guff has been bloody sorted out, then I'm sure we'll probably get something. Especially if he does go on the radio, we could ask him. Nothing wrong with tweeting in, is there? Asking. Absolutely nothing wrong with it.
I think that would be the first question.
Yeah. Well, no. The first question would be manager. Second would be players.
To be honest with you, whoever the manager will be, I think he might be on Beavs and Newcastle because, when Coleman was with us, which I've got to thank Simon Pye for, before Coleman's first game, at the Stadium of Light, Chris Coleman was actually on the radio.
There you go.
He spoke to supporters.
So that'd be interesting. Could see Mick McCarthy on the radio, couldn't you? That broad Yorkshire accent. Yeah, I honestly, I don't know. You've actually stumped me with that question. Would they open it? You really have thrown a spanner in the works there, because I just don't know. I mean, I suppose as well, another factor, it would depend on how many season tickets do get renewed, because you could guarantee right now there'll be a surge of them right now. I'm not saying a massive surge, maybe even just a couple of thousand, but I reckon by the time everything's gone through and we've got a new manager in place, I reckon 20,000 season tickets easy. So, but yeah. So what's your score prediction for Sunday then, Paul?
I would say Wolves win. To be honest.
Yeah.
Our home form. I saw Sunderland got relegated at home, so sorry Sunderland, but Wolves is going to win it.
I've got to be honest. I think it's going to be a rampage by Wolves. I mean, I'm going to even give a scoreline. I'm going to say 5-0. I mean, look at some of the goals that Wolves have scored this season. It's enough to rival goals from the likes of Ronaldo and Messi. They've scored some absolute worldies this season. They really have.
Well, the first thing is, right, well, I've just thought there, right, since Robbie Stockdale's in charge on Sunday, who's he going to put in goal? Yeah, because Coleman actually didn't give Strychek a try, so...
Where's the harm? We're relegated.
Who's he going to put in goal? Is it going to be Camp, Steele, or Max Strychek?
Yeah, that's an interesting thought actually, because I can understand why Coleman didn't do it, but once we were relegated, I didn't understand why he didn't do it, because we're relegated. It's going to have no effect on the young players whether they win or lose, because it doesn't. Even going into the next season, you put youngsters on the team, it's not going to really matter too much whether they lose, because they need that experience.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to end the video with this. This is something absolutely comical, and I believe it's what Paul tweeted me. I can't remember. It was either Paul or Aidan that tweeted me it. About Newcastle. Was it you, Paul, that did it?
Trying to think what it was about now.
About how Newcastle are looking for owners?
No, it wasn't me.
No, it wasn't you. Basically, Newcastle United still looking for a new owner. And even Sunderland beat them at that.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I remember that.
To top it off, just to rub further salt in the wound. Yeah, we're in League One. You're in the Premier League. We don't care. We've got more matches. International break, not for us, thank you. And to top it off, just to rub it in even more, our club's debt free. It's yours. Sorry, I'll rephrase that. Our club's potentially going to be debt free. Is yours debt free? I tell you what, I can't wait to see once all this is confirmed, guys. I genuinely cannot wait to say that we are debt free. Because even Ellis Short in his statement said when he took over, there was still a relatively large amount of debt on the club, and it's just it's going to be a completely fresh. What on earth was that? Completely? What the hell? A completely fresh start for Sunderland. My voice.
Well, to be honest, actually, I actually had a laugh with a friend of mine the other day. And I said, well, if Newcastle are looking for a new owner, I'd laugh. I don't think it would happen. But Mike Ashley wins Ellis Short. Yeah, just imagine the reaction though.
Oh, you know what? I think there'd be riots in Newcastle. There'd be nothing left of the city. Actually, maybe that's not a bad idea. Rubble's rubble at the end of the day, I guess. But yeah, you know. Oh dear. I tell you what, yo guys, I've got to get this in here. The weather today is so weird. It started off clear blue skies, bright and sunny, red hot. Now it's cloudy. It looks like it's going to bucket down.
Same weather forecast here.
Yeah.
Sunshine.
Yeah.
That's it.
But yeah, so that's it, guys. So obviously, going to be at the Wolves game. Timings, I'm going to have to get back to you guys and Paul really, because with it being a 12:30 kickoff, I haven't got a fucking clue what time I've got to leave. It's probably going to have to be about 10 in the morning, I reckon.
Yeah, it probably will be.
I mean, it's alright for Paul. He lives not far away. He could probably leave half hour before bloody kickoff and still get there before me. But no, with where I live, obviously I've got to go on.
I'll probably say goodbye to Martin Bain. Because it's probably the last time we see him.
Yeah, shake his hand and say thanks for the non-memories. Actually, then again, I don't know whether fans will even be allowed to get anywhere near him.
To be honest, there's not many supporters though that go down early to actually see the players not come in.
Yeah. I know Paul's one of them. Paul loves. I guess you could say Paul loves fanboying it, you know. But yeah. Oh dear. It's going to be an interesting day. I've got to see if we can meet up with a few people as well. Hopefully. Got to spend a fortune on buying extra mobile data though. No, honestly, I did the dumb thing because whenever I go down to Asda, I turn my Wi-Fi off, come back, I start watching Sky Go, watching the football. You've used most of your data.
Oh my god.
Didn't turn my Wi-Fi back on to connect to the house. Oh. Checked online, 2 gigabytes. No, down to 305 megabytes. Shit. So I've got to go spend a fortune on bloody data. That's going to be fun. But yeah, guys, so obviously keep an eye out for us. We'll be floating about somewhere around the stadium, no doubt. And well, it's bye from Paul.
See you later, and Sunderland's got a bright future.
Yes. And I will see you guys later. So I'm not going to end the video the usual way because you know what to do about the whole Chris Coleman thing. But subscribe to the channel, comments below. Let me know what you think about all this. Even rumours of who these mystery backers are. Fire away. Be interested to see what you say, guys. But I am going to have to lean over and stop this video. So yeah, I will see you all later.